Since the 16th century, people have been using stoves to warm their homes. They're classic appliances that last a long, long time. Today, the sizes of living spaces are decreasing, and so too are the sizes of stoves. As more people look for tiny homes or move into RVs, small stoves continue to gain popularity. Whether you own a cabin or a mobile home, a cottage or a casita, there's a small stove that's perfect for your tiny footprint lifestyle. In this video, we'll highlight some tips to help you find a small stove that's right for you. The specialists at eFireplaceStore are certified by the National Fireplace Institute, which means theirs is the knowledge you should trust when it comes to your hearth appliance. Why should you consider a small stove? Small stoves are excellent for mobile homes, garage apartments, or even single drafty rooms. They take up much less room than large or medium-sized stoves, even after installation clearances are factored in. These pint-sized wonders are cost-effective too. Though they won't heat a large home, small stove size allow them to use less fuel. Small wood-burning stoves in particular are also great heating solutions for those who prefer to live off the grid. They're efficient, easy to care for, and cost less to run than many other kinds of heaters. Wood can typically be acquired for less cost than electricity or fuel gas. In many of the places you might have a tiny dwelling, wood is so easy to come by it may even be free. And because smaller wood stoves have smaller fireboxes, they also leave less ash to clean up after a fire. Small vent-free gas stoves can project the same allure and appeal as wood stoves. But since they don't require venting, they're great when creating a chimney through a ceiling isn't an option. Even if you live in a rented apartment, electric models are available. They'll give you the same ambiance without the need for new plumbing. And finally, probably the most important matter to consider when weighing whether to purchase one of these diminutive dynamos is this: they're cute. One look and you'll see there's no two ways about it. They're charming and alluring, and there's no denying it. What should you know before you buy? Before deciding which small stove to purchase, take the time to get familiar with a few factors first. In general, it's a good idea to consider these three things: a stove's output, its coverage area, and how to take care of it. Output. How warm will your small stove keep you? A BTU rating can tell you a lot about how much heat a stove can produce. But be sure you understand which rating you're looking at. An input BTU rating tells you how much fuel a stove consumes every hour. An output BTU rating tells you how much heat is actually produced. Sales literature for gas stoves tend to show you input ratings. Wood stoves, on the other hand, tend to advertise their output ratings. The input and output ratings of electric appliances will be identical. Coverage. Depending on your local climate, it takes between 30 and 60 BTUs per hour to heat each square foot of your space. But BTU output alone may not always translate directly to coverage area. You might find a wood stove that claims to generate 30,000 BTUs per hour. That's a lot of heat for sure, but it's a wood stove, which means it needs venting. So some heat will be going up and out of the house. To help with this, sales literature for some wood stoves may include information about coverage area. You'll see claims like heats up to 1,100 square feet. This doesn't affect vent-free and electric stoves though. Their input and output BTU ratings are nearly identical, and you can use either by itself to determine these stoves' coverage. You may also consider adding a blower or a fan to help maximize the coverage of a small stove. Instead of all the warm air staying stuck right by the stove, it can be pushed and distributed evenly throughout your space. How do you care for a small stove? Wood-burning stoves are famously long-lasting. The same is true for the smaller ones as well. Many wood stoves are still going strong after 50+ years. With a wood stove, the best tips are the simple ones. Clean out the ash regularly, don't burn trash, and don't overfire them. In other words, don't shove too much wood in the firebox. Caring for small gas and electric stoves is the same as caring for their larger cousins. Always follow the maintenance and service routines laid out in their installation manuals. By now, you should have a good idea of which kind of small stove is right for you. And we've covered a lot of the terminology you'll see when shopping for one. But, should you need it, eFireplaceStore has a ton more information for you. If you still have questions about whether a small stove is right for you, our NFI Certified Specialists are just a phone call or email away. You can also visit us at eFireplaceStore.com, where you can also shop and continue to learn from our ever-growing library of articles, videos, and other guides. Thanks for watching.